And now, your Manchester Memorial Varsity Crusaders. Leading off in right field, number 4, Frank Jessier. The shortstop hitting second and wearing number 2, Ben Malu. On the mound, wearing number 7, Isaiah Solis. Hitting cleanup in left field, number 1, Mason Poitras. Hitting fifth, wearing 15, the catcher, Jacob Valier. At third base, number 5, Matt Vidaro. The DH, number 22, Ryan Boylan. Hitting eighth and playing first base, number 18, Zach Johnson. And in ninth, for number 12, the second baseman, Alex Rodriguez. The Crusaders are led by head coach Pat Lakerush and Nick Provencher. Tonight's umpires are Matt Lanier and Sid Tibbetts. Ladies and gentlemen, if you please would stand.
Well, spring is here, and so aren't we. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Gill Stadium for the opening day for the Memorial Crusaders facing off against the Bedford Bulldogs. And we are excited to see what will transpire in this contest. With taking the mound, Isaiah Solis will do his thing and try to get the Crusaders the first win of the year. As a tough season last year, the page has been turned, and we are on to the 2025 season, and we're excited to be here. My name is Kyle Heavey for Manchester Public Television, and we have had a heck of a day around the city. The second game for baseball here at Gill Stadium tonight, as Central West was defeated before this by a score of 6-1, and now we'll see what will transpire here for the defense for Memorial. Frank Tessier will be playing out in right field, but we'll get to that in a moment as Carter Crowley steps into the wild pitch there by Solis. Steps into the plate, the batter's box, and we'll start things off. Crowley, the shortstop here for the Bulldogs, had a great 2024 season. Was a big part of the Bulldogs, who were able to win their last 6 games of the year to get into the playoffs and are looking to continue their winning ways from last year into this year. 3 consecutive pitches outside to Crowley, so he is ahead in the count. See if they give him the green light to start things off. But again, for Crowley, he's headed to Holy Cross down in Worcester. Takes a called strike right there. He hit .451 with 32 hits in 2024, knocking in 12 and scored 27 runs. So to get him on the base paths is a huge thing. Solis not able to get the called strike, and now Crowley with his speed will be on first. Zach Johnson right there, big part of Manchester Public Television, will try to keep him at bay, along with Ben Malu will be playing shortstop. Solis will be pitching. Mason Poitras will be out in left field. Jacob Villar doing the catching duty here. And now we'll see what they decide to do with Landon Frangillo, the second baseman. More speed for him. He fouls the first pitch above us onto the rooftop. So falling behind in the count. Isaiah takes a look over at first. Crowley with the oven mitt sliding glove on. Pitch inside. Umpires for this game here. Matt Lemire is behind the plate, and out in the field is quick throw over to first. Inside, Tibbetts will be doing the field duty. So the lights are turned on as the sunset will start to go away. Inside pitch for a strike. So a 1-2 count, and Solis looking to get the first out with a K. We'll see if he can do that. Look over at first. Zach still covering the bag. Check swing. Did he go? No check on him. An outside pitch. It does not go for a strike. So count goes 2-2. And count now is full. First day of the baseball, softball, lacrosse season here. A lot of sports being played. Softball was playing earlier. Baseball before this on this same field. And now Memorial trying to get a win out of those. And a strike 3. Landon not pleased with that. Had taken the first couple steps down to first. And instead will walk to the dugout. And Solis able to get himself a strikeout. And now we'll see what Jimmy Gilbert will do. The first baseman for the Bulldogs. Solis still taking an eye over at first. Ball inside. Gilbert not pitching today, but can throw already 90 miles per hour as a sophomore, or as a junior. As a sophomore, he threw in 7 games, 5 of them starts in 24 innings. So Jimmy Gilbert, someone to watch, and he has to get out of the way from a ball that goes screaming by him. And now Crowley is able to move up to second on a pass ball. So some speed in scoring position here. Solis having some issues here. Melu will keep an eye on Crowley at second. Call strike, so count goes 2-1. Looks like Bedford might be doing a lefty-righty to start the first part of the lineup. Head coach Billy Chapman for Bedford in his 14th year. Ball bounces in, goes for ball 3. The pitch low, and we'll go for ball 4. So 2 walks to begin this contest. Now runners at first and second, again with 1 out. And Nate Duquette, the catcher, will be the next hitter. Gets a quick chatting with Billy to figure out what they want to do. If they're going to put on a hit and run, if they're going to do a sacrifice, what will they do? We'll wait and see as Duquette now heads back to the plate. So now, runners on strike 1. Looks like Jacob is ready to throw to first if need be. Maybe something that they've planned up here. Big swing and a miss on a outside pitch. Trying to set it to right field. Now Duquette in a hole. 2 strikes on him. Taken off. A swing, and he is out on 3 pitches. But not before Crowley moves up 90 feet to third base. So now runners will be at the corners. Got to wonder if they're going to try for a double steal here. It might have been the game plan there. So 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and now Jack Hinton, the pitcher. He finished off his basketball season winning the state championship here for the Bulldogs out in Durham. And now we'll see what he can bring to the baseball diamond here. And he's going to send one out to center field, and that will score Crowley. And the Bulldogs take a 1-0 lead. The throw over to third was in time. Heck of a throw right there. I apologize for missing that, ladies and gentlemen. But always reliable center fielder in Will Sloper does the trick. But the Bulldogs were able to get one on the board after an RBI single there by Jack Hinton. And now it will be up to the Crusaders to try to tie things up here as we head to the bottom of the first. It'll be Frank Tessier, Ben Malu, and Isaiah Solis due up. Back with more after this. Back here at Gill Stadium for the bottom of the first inning. Bedford able to get one on the board. Now we'll see what Memorial can do with Frank Tessier. Had a stellar hockey season. Let's see if he can translate over to the baseball season as he takes the first pitch, ground ball over short. The throw across is off, and Frank is able to get on. A mistake right there from Carter Crowley, and Frank Tessier with his speed will look to make things happen here. Carter with a bad throw over to Jimmy Gilbert at first, and one pitch, and able to get on base. So see what Ben Malu can do here. Throw over to first. Frank diving back safely. We haven't even had a chance to mention the pitcher, Zach Pepic. The junior right-handed is got some speed. Watching him in warm-ups. Just misses outside for ball one. Bedford made the playoffs last year as a 9 spot. Had a good run to the end of the season, getting the playoffs, but end up getting derailed by the basically the eventual champions in the Pinkerton Astros. Jackson Marshall doing a great job at Southern New Hampshire University for the Penmen now. And a little ground ball. Let's see, this could be a tough play, and he is unable to do it. So the first two batters get on base, an infield single, and Malu will put it on his sliding glove and see if he can slide around the bases as well. And Isaiah Solis will be the next hitter in the 3 spot, looking to help his own cause. He's already got 2 strikeouts in this contest. Why not add 2 RBIs if he's able to? Zach Pepic, a little bit of a jam to start things off. And now a little ground ball. This could be a 4-6-3 double play. Not what Isaiah was hoping for at all. But a nice job right there by the infielders. Able to make that happen. Frangillo to Crowley, over to Gilbert. The 1-2-3 part of the lineup is able to play some defense. And now it is up to Mason Poitras in the 4 spot to get this run in. And we got a little timeout here as asking the first base coach to pick up all the things that he had on the ground. Didn't want the interference if there was a ground ball that way. First baseman Jimmy Gilbert tripping over that. We don't need to see that tonight. Ball inside. Again, Frank Tessier ready to go at third base to come tie this game up. And the second pitch. Hits the outside corner for a strike, so 1-1 count now. Jumps back, kind of low inside. Poitras, the left fielder, would love to send one to left field. Big swing, unable to connect. Count goes 2-2. Pepic feeling in command now. And a swing and a miss, and able to get himself out of a jam. A double play and a strikeout helped the Bulldogs get out of the jam. Frank Tessier stranded at third base, so we'll head to the top of the second here as the Bulldogs will have the 6, 7, 8 part of the lineup due up. Kylie Heavey with Manchester Public Television. Back with more after this. Pitcher versus pitcher battle here to start things off in the top of the second as Zach Poitras will come up to bat. First pitch was a swinging strike. 1. So Solis trying to get him to get out at just like, ooh, off speed. Called strike 2 on the outside corner. Great pitch right there. Was Papik was watching the ball go by, thinking it was outside. Inside. I don't think that was meant to be that close to hitting Zach. Certainly keeping him uncomfortable here. And strike 3. So 3 Ks on the day for Solis, and he is doing the walk, doing the talk. Now just got to get some runs here. We'll see what they can do here, but now we'll see what the number 7 batter and Peter Suazo does, playing out in right field. Takes an outside pitch for a ball. Falling behind in the count. Peter, a senior, big part of the football team as a wide receiver this past fall. And now he pops one high up in the air, ranging over, and able to have that come down in the glove. It took a long time, but finally Ben is able to get that, and that will be the second out. So we got 1, we got 2. Now we'll see if they can go 3 up, 3 down. It'll be now in the number 8 batter, and Alex St. Hilaire wears number 8, but plays out in left field, and he pops one that heads over into the stands. Fans just watching that fall. Suazo would love to have that back. He was just under that. Hits that in the right part of the bat. That's going to go a long ways. Now a little ground. Oh, look at that. Dun-dun-dun. That's a web gem right there, ladies and gentlemen. And Isaiah Solis, thankfully, was able to have the quickness to catch that. And now it will be the Crusaders who will try to take this energy and use it with their bats as Jacob Valere, Matt Verdaro, and Ryan Boylan will do up here in the bottom of the second. It's a good one so far here from Gill. Back with more after this. Bottom of the second here as what we just saw was a heck of a defensive gem by Isaiah Solis, but now it is his catcher mate in Jacob Valere who is up to bat, takes the first pitch as a strike. Oh, Valier, I apologize, Jacob. Opening day for me as well. Valier holds off on that one. I was anticipating a fastball, end up turning into more of a curve. 1-1 count. Pepic looking to continue his dominance. Throws a fastball for a strike. So count goes 1-2. Valier waiting for the pitch. Duquette giving some signs. Yeah, smart. Matt Chapman giving the signs. Duquette just took a long time. Now again, the 1-2 pitch. A little snibbler that's going to go foul. So staying alive. The sun has gone down to our west as the sky will slowly turn to black. And a swing and a miss. And just like he did to end the first, he starts the second with a strike. So Papik feeling in control here. So now Matt Verdaro will try to catch up to a fastball here. Seems that's what Zach has been throwing mostly. And he does on the first pitch for a strike. Got to expect the first pitch strike from, and goes for a second pitch strike as well. Verdaro, the third baseman, in the hole. See if he gets a junk pitch. It's a fastball. It's actually going to be hit to the second base, but easy play right there. 4-3 from Gilo to Gilbert, and quickly 2 outs here. And we'll see what Ryan Boylan can do. Boylan, the designated hitter for today's game, as Sloper is playing out in center field. Hitting from the 7th spot. First pitch, just a little high. Gets away from Duquette all the way to the backstop. Matt Lemire able to get that. And now 1-1 count. And a strike 2. So Ryan Boylan needs to catch up to one of these pitches. Ball low. Two balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the second. A little end of the bat foul ball. That's really all that Memorial has been able to do so far this inning. Very late in getting contact, but staying alive. More important here. See what Ryan can do. He sends one over to short. Crowley to Gilbert, and that will do it. So after a 1-2-3, top of the second, a 1-2-3, bottom of the second, and Bedford will come back to the plate as it will be Aiden Farnham, Carter Crowley, and Landon Frangillo doing up to bat. So the 9-1-2 part of the lineup, Kyle Levy, Manchester Public Television. Glad to be with you on this marvelous Monday. We'll see what happens with more after this. Top of the third inning for the Bedford Bulldogs with a 1-0 lead. And the first pitch to Aiden Farnham hits him, and he is able to get a free base here to start things off. Not what Solis was trying for, but it just hit him a little bit. And now it'll be Carter Crowley who will get his second time up to bat. This is the lone run in this game was due to Crowley. His base on balls and officially stolen 2 stolen bases. And now sent over. This could be 4. It's a 6. It's a not 3. A fielder's choice right there. And now Bedford will try to still get some things going here. Landon Frangillo will try his best here. I got the speed of Crowley at first again, though. And now he pops one high up in the air. Zach Johnston ranging over and is able to get that. You can see the head of lettuce right there, looking good for Zach. Lost his hat, lost his sunglasses, but was able to gather the out. And now quickly, there are 2 outs here. So Lease, after hitting their first batter, has been able to get the last 2 on just a few pitches. Pitch count looking very good so far. And now it'll be Jimmy Gilbert. Jimmy got on with a base on balls, but was thrown out trying to go from first to third. Will Sloper with that great throw. Again, I apologize for not getting that on camera, as I was wanting to show Crowley on the plate, but impressive. I think the Bedford Bulldogs know that they should not run on Will at this point. Now a little roller up to first base, and quickly 3 outs. So 4 up to bat, 3 outs though. And not able to get past first base. And Crusaders feeling good. Just got to get some hits. Got to tie up this game. We'll see what happens in the bottom third after this. The 8-9-1 part of the lineup for the Crusaders here in the bottom of the third. And now it's Zach Johnston, who has been named a captain here. Will be heading to UNH in the fall. Big part of Manchester Public Television, big part of the Memorial Crusaders baseball team, and he would love to get himself a hit here. So far, just 1 hit through the first 7 batters, and Zach down in the hole, 0-1. Sends one over to short. Crowley ranges, and he is unable to get it. And we'll give that a hit for Zach. He was able to get himself on base. He already knows this first base very well since he's been playing it so far in this contest. And now let's see what the number 9 batter can do here. And Alex Rodriguez, the second baseman, he looked good all of last year. Love to have some speed and skill at the 9 spot. We'll see if Alex can get things going. Little punt down. This is a good one. Third baseman able to handle that cleanly, but Zach able to move up to second. So a sacrifice bunt right there by Rodriguez. And the tying run now just 180 feet away. And Frank Tessier will come up to bat. Frank saw 1 pitch, liked it, and swung at it. It did work as an error, though. But he was on base, at least in the bottom of the first, to see if he can get an RBI. First pitch is a strike. Frank was stranded at third base, was able to get around the base paths, but was not able to score. Now see what Papik has in store here, ahead in the count. Zach not with a big lead at second. Zach still takes a look. Both Zachs, actually. And now a fake throw back to second base. So, Zach Johnston, not with the fastest player on the Crusader team, but has a baseball IQ like no other. Frank swings at it late and fouls it back, so count goes 0-2. Ben Malu on deck. Frank still waiting. The 0-2 pitch. Papik still waiting. Inside. Frank just felt the wind go past him on that one. Papik looking for his third K. Head in the count. 1-2. Ball 2. Frangillo and Crowley trying to be distractions for Zach Johnston over there at second base. They've been kind of jumping around, but Papik has not thrown back. Outside, so count goes full. First base is open. Coach Pat Landrosch at third base, wanting Zach Johnston to get there. And a little fly ball. Let's see if it's far enough. Ranging back and able to get that is Jimmy Gilbert for the second out. Tessier just not able to connect cleanly and pops that up for the second out. His first time getting out so far. And now we'll see what Ben Malu can do. Ben was able to get himself on with a single. Soft single. Still works. But was end up getting caught in a 4-6-3 double play. Swing and a miss. And he can see the frustration as he takes a number of steps towards the dugout in frustration. So, one thing Papik's been able to do is get ahead in the count, and here he is. Now a little soft grounder again to see if it can work again. Oh, trips, stumbles, throws, and it is in time. So, after getting the leadoff hitter on, Bedford is able to get work done and keep it as a 1-0 game. We'll head to the top of the fourth inning. Bulldogs looking to put some more on the board. We'll see what happens right after this. It'll be the 4, 5, 6 part of the lineup for the Bedford Bulldogs leading this 1-0 as we'll have Nate Duquette up to bat here. Nate is 0 for 1 in this contest, having gone down on strike 3 with a strikeout in the first inning. The second K of the day at that point in time for Isaiah Solis, who has been dominant through the first 3 innings, has only given up 1 hit. Now a little ground ball. Rodriguez able to get it. The throw is in time. Rodriguez wants to get himself a web gem as well. A great throw across. Lost his sunglasses, but was still able to get that to Zach Johnston. And looky there. Out number 1 for the leadoff hitter. And now we'll see what Jack Hinton can do. Jack is 1 for 1, has himself a single and an RBI. Duquette wishes he was a little bit faster running down the first base line, but again, a great play by Rodriguez. Cy Tibbetts was able to make that call. It took him a moment. I had to wait to make that sign. It looks like he was out, but the umpires get paid to be here. They have to do their job, and I want to be more emphatic about it, but I just had to be careful. And now Hinton takes ball 4. Ball gets away, so Hinton Does not try to get to second on that. So, hitting on base for the second time. Zach Papik, pitcher versus pitcher battle here. Zach struck out his first time up to bat. He's 0 for 1. Ball outside. So it's 5 consecutive non-strike calls here. Isaiah doesn't have a huge pitch count, but seems to be dealing with some little stress here. And the curse of the broadcaster jinx works as he threw a strike. Papik tried to send one out to left. Left field out pretty deep here. Call the strike. A little slider action right there. Now count goes 1-2. And now sent out. Sloper coming in, loses the hat, and is able to catch that. And back to first base goes Hinton. So 2 outs now. Great job by Will. He was playing pretty deep, but was able to come in, catch it right around the C for Central. And now Peter Suazo will try to get something going here. He is 0 for 1, popping out to shortstop on a high pop-up. And now pitch did not go where he was hoping it would right there. Suazo kind of ducked down. And now another high fly ball. We'll see. This is landing up on the roof here. Couldn't tell. There's no flag here today. Weird thing to see that the elevator doesn't work and there's no flags out there. So hopefully we get something going this week, as we'll be back here on Friday night for Central West. And now a throw down, but there's no one there. Rodriguez able to get there in time, but Hinton gets himself a stolen base. Not sure if that was supposed to be a hit and run or what that was. Suazo was swinging away. Unfortunately, kind of a Melu and Rodriguez, where neither of them were really getting to the bag, but everything all worked out. Ooh, just barely missed. Suazo was watching. So 2-2 count. 2 outs. First base now open. Oh, left it there. See if they give. I heard Peter getting a green light from someone, but he swings and fouls it to the backstop. Rolls over to Matt Lemire, the umpire. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bedford with a runner in scoring position. And strike 3! That pitch was not working throughout that at-bat, but when it mattered most, Isaiah was able to get that and got the Bulldogs out, leaving 1 on base. And the Crusaders will come up to bat in the bottom of the 4th. Kyle Levy with Manchester Public Television. Back with more right after this. Well, Isaiah Solis will lead things off here for the Crusaders. After getting that strikeout, we'll see if he can keep that energy going to his bat. He's 0 for 1 on the day, having grounded into a double play. So he would love to be able to help the Crusaders' cause here in the bottom of the 4th. Game's going by pretty quickly here as we are just 53 minutes into the contest and already almost through 5 innings. Isaiah's able to go ahead in the count, 2-0. So looking for Papik to give him a pitch to hit. He does. He just fouls it off of himself. Able to go get that down the third base line is Nate Duquette. Papik has not been getting all the strikeouts, but is able to get a lot of ground ball outs so far. See if Isaiah can get a pitch, but that one did not stay in Duquette's glove. And Isaiah now ahead 3-1. Papik's been a little bit all over the place here. Goes for a low fastball, but unable to get the call. And so Lease will head to first base. Not sure of the pinch running rule, if he is able to come out or if he has to stay in. Looks like Nick Provencher is going to come out and discuss things or give him a foul ball. Yeah, that's kind of looks like what it was. And now they're going to discuss things here. Cy Tibbetts and Matt Lemire have something to discuss. Memorial might be seeing something here. Waiting to see what's going on. Mason Poitras is kind of waiting. He's the next batter. But now, a little bit of a delay in the game here. Obviously, we don't have the umpires mic'd up, so can't really gather what they have to say. But they are obviously noticing something after assistant coach Nick Provencher was able to see something was different. And now Matt Lemire is going to have a discussion with Billy Chapman. So Cy Tibbetts is going to kind of look at something here. He might have the wrong cleats on. Chapman's going to head back to the dugout. And yes, we are going to get a pitching shoe change here in the bottom of the fourth. So I guess we're going to take a quick break here as a shoe change causes us to delay this contest. So we'll be back with the bottom of the fourth with a runner at first. No outs after this. Well, here we are back in the bottom of the fourth as Poitras comes up to bat for the second time. And now we'll see if the shoe change hurts or helps Bedford. A little foul ball out towards the first base side up on the rooftop. Poitras struck out to end the first inning. Down on the count. Solis still at first. A big swing, a big miss. And it seems that Papik is certainly wanting to show that it's not just the shoes that are making him keep the Crusaders scoreless. Inside, almost a throw to first. Gilbert was there, but not a huge lead at first base. No throws over so far. Now the jinx right there happens again. So 1-2 count. Ball gets away, and this allows an easy steal of second base. And after all that, I'm now realizing that they did have a pinch runner in store there. So, some speed on the base paths. And that comes on the way of Chris Rodriguez, as he has a good-sized lead at second. And now a little dribbler. This could be trouble. Able to get that, but it works as a sacrifice as Rodriguez is able to move up to third. And the tying run just 90 feet away, and might not have been exactly what was wanted there from Poitras, but at the same time, it works. And the tying run just a few feet away. And now Jacob Valier up to bat. Jacob struck out. Fouls the first one back with authority. So down in the count. Ball gets away. Can he make it? Oh, they're going to held off. A smart decision in a lot of ways. A decision that could be questionable in due time. The ball had gotten away. The pitcher was able to get there in time. The ball still kind of got out of the way of Papik. Count goes 1-1. If there was 2 outs, I think he would have probably gone. We'll never know, but a count goes 1-1. And ball 2. So, 2 balls, 1 strike. Chris Rodriguez dancing at third. Foul ball will head towards Manchester, please, for a strike 2. So now count goes 2-2. Papik wants to get a K, and now a timeout called. Valier will love to get a hit here, tie up this contest. Oh, quick pickoff move! Back in time. What a great move right there. Lifted his leg and kind of just had Rodriguez thinking he was going to go to home. Instead, the throw back to third was not in time. Little mental game here on both teams. Ball outside. Count goes full. Matt Verdaro on deck. Three balls, 2 strikes. Sent out into right field. This could be trouble. Ranging over. Able to catch it. The throw is not in time, and the game is tied 1-1. The excitement for the Crusaders, able to small ball a stolen base. 2 consecutive hits over towards the first base side, and they have tied this game up. The scoreboard doesn't say it yet, but we got a ball game here at Gill. Now, base is empty. Rodaro takes strike one. And now, down in the count. And strike three. 3 straight pitches all for strikes. And Zach Papik jogs off the mound, but not before giving up a Crusader run. We are tied up here as we head to the top of the 5th inning. We'll see if Isaiah Solis will stay in the game or if someone else will come in to relieve him. Back with more to find out after this. Isaiah Solis' day is done after 4 innings pitched, only giving up 1 hit, 1 run, 4 Ks, 2 walks, and he'll leave it up to Mason Poitras, who will come in relief here in the top of the 5th inning, seeing the likes of the 8-9-1 part of the lineup for the Bulldogs. First pitch, ground ball, handled cleanly by Melu. The throw across is not in time. So a leadoff single right there by the likes of Alex St. Hilaire. His first hit of this contest. He had lined out to Isaiah in the second as the third out, and now St. Hilaire looks like he has some speed on the base paths. And Aiden Farnham puts down a bunt, but it fouls off of himself. Aiden just his second pitch that he's seen so far in this contest after he was hit by a pitch on the first pitch in the top of the 3rd inning. So, getting the sign here. Will he swing away or he will put down another bunt attempt? So far, standing up. And he does decide to bunt. It's a good one, but it's going to be taken. An easy throw. Oh, Zach had to handle that. And now it looks as though Bedford playing some small ball as well. St. Hilaire now up to second base, but 1 out. Let's see if Carter Crowley will do a bunt as well. It could just be 1 more run that could end things. First pitch misses. Nice throw by Matt Verdaro over to first to get to that so quickly. Now another outside pitch. Crowley ahead in the count. Crowley nearly ground out into a double play his last time up to bat. It was a 4, it was a 6, but it wasn't a 3. Watches that go by him for strike 1. Just misses outside. Temperature starting to drop a little bit here. Complaining about 55-degree weather, am I? And ball 4. So speed at first and second. As 2 base runners on for the Bulldogs. Again, 1 out. And we'll see what Landon Frangillo can do. He is 0 for 2, having struck out and popped up. Now he sends one down the line, but it is foul and makes it through 2 different fences to get out towards the soccer net. So way ahead of that first pitch. See if they go to the outside. Oh, bounces. Oh, this could be easy. Out. The throw is not in time, and both runners are in scoring position right now. The plate, so difficult here. If it pops up and hits that, you think it's going to hit you, and instead it goes forward. And now Frangillo could get himself a couple RBIs. He fouls on towards his bench. Now going to be a 1-2 count. So, bouncing ball, just not get him swinging. 2-2 count now. Mason would love to get himself a strikeout here. Now sent out into right field. This will drop in. One run will come in. The throw will be home. It will not be in time. And Bedford able to take the lead on a Landon Frangillo right field single. And Bulldogs now with a lead. Runners at the corners. And Jimmy Gilbert will come up to the bat. Landon has just helped the Bulldogs tremendously feel the pressure after allowing the Crusaders to tie things up. And the ball gets away. This will head over towards the dugout. And Crowley able to score. And now we're heading towards third. The throw will not be in time. It will get away. And a pass ball dooms the Crusaders here, allowing a third run to come around. That was unfair. It hit the umpire's foot, it looks like, and went away. And Coach Pat needs to have a talk here, as we might get a pitching change here. We'll see what they decide to do, as he's looking over towards the bullpen to see what they should do here after giving up a pair of runs. And they will stick with Mason here. So Jimmy Gilbert on that first pitch, it was a ball. Outside for ball two. Called strike. Two singles and a base on balls so far in this top of the fifth. Their lone out was a sacrifice bunt. And now tall Jimmy Gilbert from the left side of the plate waits for the pitch. And he golfs one out. Will watches that, reaches up, gets that, and Frangillo will come around and score, and the Bulldogs take a 3-run lead now with a score of 4-1. Bases are empty now with 2 outs. And now it'll be Nate Duquette, who is 0 for 2 in this contest. Ball bounces away. Two balls. Mason gives up a pitch. It looks like he had trouble, and this will head towards the gap. It will work for a single. So finally able to get the bat on the ball is Nate Duquette for his first hit of the season. And the Bulldogs continue to keep things rolling here in the top of the 5th inning. And Jack Hinton, who has been on base twice, seems like Mason is sliding around on the mound right here. A little trouble with the landing spot here. It's been a very dry day. Seems like they could put a little water on that and help him out. Yeah, you can see he is kicking the dirt in just frustration right now. Nothing worse than not being able to land safely when throwing. And he's quick to throw that down. So 3-1 count. Hinton started things off with an RBI single in the first. Just misses. And now for the 3rd time, Hinton will be on base. A 2-out walk puts runners at first and second. See if what Billy Chapman has in store. Wants to talk to his pitcher here, Zach Papik. Interesting to see if they will stick with him now with a 3-run lead or if they will go to the bullpen to try to get out of this game faster. Zach is 0 for 2 as well in tonight's game. Takes a pitch inside, has to kind of get out of the way. Now, fouled right at us, just underneath into the net. So, 1-1 count. Ball just inside. Wasn't by much. Inside, just barely misses him. But both runners able to move up. Took a nice carom back, but not able to do anything right there was Jacob. And now runners again in scoring position. Papik would love to connect here, and he does, but ranging over, making the play. It was scary, but was able to finally get underneath that for the 3rd out. And now we'll see what Frank Tessier and the rest of the boys can do as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. 3 runs come around. They leave 2 men on base. And now it'll be up to Ryan Boylan, Zach Johnson, and Alex Rodriguez due up here in the bottom of the 5th. Back with more right after this. So the 7, 8, 9 part of the lineup looking to do some damage here as the Crusaders have fallen behind 4-1. And Ryan Boylan certainly capable of connecting here and making something happen. Ryan grounded out to Crowley at shortstop his first time up to end the 2nd. So we'll see what he can do here in the 5th. Fastball down the middle of the plate on that one. And for Zach Papik, he obviously can feel a little bit less stress with a 3-run lead here in the 5th, as he's going to get Boylan to pop up here. Frangillo able to make that catch, and Boylan goes down for the 2nd time in the contest. And Zach Johnson, we'll see what he can do here. Takes a deep breath, gets in the batter's box. He is 1 for 1 after getting himself a infield single. Crowley just not able to handle that easily. Nate Duquette trying to frame that one, unsuccessful. Zach has been a busy man with all the games that he's done here, but also making practice and doing a lot of hours in the batting cages this winter season. And see if it can translate here in a big spot here with 1 out. He's going to send one over, and Zach able to get it out to right field, and he is now 2 for 2. The senior, call him a Wildcat now because that's what he'll be in due time, but he is trying to power this Crusader team to get some hits. That's what they said together after they were in their huddle before this at-bat. Zach carefully gets back. The base comes off. The Velcro only so strong. And now we're getting a time here. Billy Chapman wants to check on something with Cy Tibbetts. A lot of mental part of this game at this point in the night, with everyone trying to get the right things, the right info, make them work, and Billy runs back to the dugout, making something aware for the base umpire to pay attention to. Alex Rodriguez golfs one. This could be a foul ball. It's gonna, land foul. Kind of in a no man's land part of the field. Goes for a very long strike one. As now shortstop, third base, and left field all have to get back to their respective spot. Rodriguez put down a beautiful sac bunt his first time up to bat. Watches strike 2 go past him. You can see that he is hitting the bat against his helmet in frustration. Just let that go by. Now, see if he gets a outside pitch to get him chasing. Throw over to first. They are testing Zach's speed and quickness at first. Zach dealing with each other here on the base paths again. And the pitch. Swing and a foul back. So staying alive is A-Rod. Already got great play at second base. And the pitch from Papik. Outside, try to get him chasing, but Rodriguez was not biting. Frank Tessier on deck. And now a little ground ball. This could be a 6-3 double play. And Bedford able to get out of the fifth, not allowing a run. Zach Johnson left with the lone single after they were trying to get some hits. And now Bedford will come up trying to increase their lead in the top of the 6th inning. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 part of the lineup with there. Suazo, St. Hilaire, and Farnham due up. Mason Poitras's day is through. His 1 inning pitched, allowing 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 walks, and no strikeouts. He is in line for the loss, but now we'll see what Matt Verdaro can do here with his pitching ability. As start things off, ground ball, gonna be fair, and this could be extra bases. He rounds second. The throw is in time, but not able to get the tag down. And a leadoff double right there by the likes of Peter Suazo. Peter had been 0 for 2 in this contest and now is able to get himself a double. And Alex St. Hilaire will try to do things is now trying to make sure that they know what to do here and what the signs are. Not sure if they were mixed up on that first pitch or not. Taking off for third, a bunt, and it's going to go foul. So, great idea, but poor execution so far. But it's only strike 1. He'll have a few more chances to try to get it into fair territory. Alex was able to single to start the 5th and scored what's right now the winning run. Ball gets away, but not taken off. Suazo just felt like he didn't have the jump that he wanted to be able to get safely to third base. And now we're going to have another discussion here about what's going on between the pitcher and catcher. Matt, a senior here, been part of this Crusader squad for all of the past few years. Bunt attempt. Did they? No, he pulled back in time. Lemire did not even think about calling him for a strike. And the ball does get away, and the throw is not to be. And now, runner at third base. Verdaro, love to be able to get out of this jam. And that's ball 4, so runners will now be at the corners. And it will be Farnham who will come up to bat here. No outs. Aiden has been on base once with a hit by pitch, but was hit into a fielder's choice his last time up to bat for the first out in the 5th. He's going to lay down a bunt. The throw is not to be, and an easy steal of second base goes St. Hilaire. And now asking for a new ball, and tough decision to throw it or do you not throw it, as Suazo was certainly looking to come home if the throw had been. Ball upstairs, 1-1 count. Farnham, the center fielder. And another pitch upstairs. Valier trying his best behind the plate. Verdaro now with the pitch. Does not get the outside corner. And with first base open, a 3-1 count. And he golfs one high up in the air, ranging back, and able to make that catch. Melu gets that out and brings it over. Telling Verdaro, I got your back. Make him do more of that. As now Carter Crowley will come up to the plate. He's got on base all 3 times he's been up in this contest. One's by a fielder's choice, the other 2 with base on balls, and now he sends one sloper, ranging, is able to make that catch, and the runners both move up, and now another run for the Bulldogs, who now take a 5-1 lead. A sacrifice fly by Crowley. He gets some love from Chapman. And actually, it might have been Adam Perkins, their assistant coach. And Verdaro able to get the second out. But Alex St. Hilaire did move up to third on that, so still got to be careful on any pass balls. And first pitch, a strike to Frangillo. Landon was able to get himself an RBI single in the 5th. Has also struck out and popped out. So he is 1 for 3, now down in the count. Oh, great pitch by Matt. Gets the K. Frangillo can't believe that he swung at such a bad pitch. But after giving up a couple base runners, Bedford now with a 4-run lead, leading it 5-1. Great job getting those last couple outs, but now the damage has been done. It is now up to the Crusaders to get something going here, and it will be the likes of the 1-2-3. Tessier, Melu, and Solis due up. Back with more after this. And back here for the bottom of the 6th inning. Running out of time are the Crusaders, and Frank Tessier would love to change that. First pitch is a strike. Frank's 0 for 1, was able to get on base in the first on an error. Jimmy Gilbert just was not able to handle the throw from Carter Crowley. And Zach Papik will stay in the game here. He's gone 5 innings so far, only allowing the 1 run back in the 4th. And now falls behind in the count, 2-1. Papik being very decisive on his pitches here. And it works for him as it's a strike 2. Zach has really only given up 2 singles in this contest. 3 singles. 2 of them have come by the hands of Zach Johnston. And strike 3. And Papik wants to get this victory here for the Bulldogs, who are looking pretty good in the polls so far early in this season. Looking to get a victory. But Ben Melu, one of those 3 singles, would love to get himself on again. First pitch inside. Ball just outside, so Ben ahead in the count here. Little ground ball, but Zach able to get that cleanly, and he will get a nice throw over to first. So easy first 2 outs here. But now will be the Isaiah Solis, who really pitched a great first 4 innings. Isaiah in this contest was able to get on bases last time with a walk. Ended up getting pinched run for by Chris Rodriguez, who was able to score the run. A foul pitch into the mitt for a strike. Isaiah is going to really be dependable for this Crusader squad, having been a little ground ball, and it's going to stay foul. Would have been a very difficult throw from third base if it had stayed fair, but it did not. Isaiah hit .277 last year, tied for the team lead in runs scored with 12. Timeout called there by the umpire. And now sky-high pop-up. Jimmy Gilbert ranging over, and is able to get that for the third out. So the 1-2-3 part of the lineup goes 1-2-3, and now it will be the Bulldogs with their last chance to get some more runs. We'll head to the top of the seventh. It'll be the likes of the 3-4-5, Gilbert, Duquette, and Hinton due up. Kyle Levy with Manchester Public Television. Back with more right after this. Matt Verdaro stays in pitching for the Crusaders here in the top of the seventh inning, and Jimmy Gilbert sends a huge fly ball to the fence. Wow, that round second, but it's going to stay for a double. And my goodness, did he get a hold of that one. If the wind had been blowing that way, no doubt about it, would have been a home run. Went flying through the night sky for a double. And what a way to start things off here for Jimmy Gilbert, who really throughout this game has had some troubles. It was 0 for 2, had gotten on base with a walk, but with that swing, no doubt about it that he will get some home runs later in this year. But now it'll be up to Nate Duquette, who sends one out to left field. So back-to-back hits here for the Bulldogs, who are looking to pad their lead even more. And very quickly off the first pitches is where they're doing their damage here. And a timeout quickly called here to see what is going to happen here, as we're going to get a pinch runner is why the reason of the timeout. Smart decision right there by Billy Chapman. Nate Duquette, the catcher, will have a chance to get his equipment back on. And with the pinch runner, give him quality time to be able to do that. So we'll see what Liam Haworth can do at the first base bag. Does not take off on the first pitch. So Jack Hinton, who is supposed to be the best pitcher for the Bulldogs, the throw is not going to go down, and able to make his way to second. So now runners at second and third, and now going to have a quick chat and figure out what they want to do here. And now that I've realized the number is incorrect of what I told you all, ladies and gentlemen, it's Carter Stewart who is actually the runner there at second base. So we'll see if Stewart will come home as well. Hinton sends one into foul territory, way out of play, so I'm not even going to follow that with the camera. It bounces in front of the scoreboard and goes for a strike two. So, in a jam. A little ground ball. Let's see what they're going to do here. He's not going to have time to throw home. Nice pick by Zach Johnson, but able to come around for another run as Jimmy Gilbert scampers home on an infield hit, but goes for a 6-3 out, and the Bulldogs now take a 6-1 lead. And Zach Papik has been relieved and will have the Jason Toff in the bat here. So we'll see what Toff can do here. 1-1 count, 1 out. A little ground ball. This could be a tough one. Smart move to throw across. Well done by Zach Johnson. Ranging to his right-hand side, able to get that cleanly. A lot of work, a lot of energy right there. But either way, a nice 5-3 out. Rodaro trying to get this third out here. Fouled just to the right of us here. Solid contact. Now sent out into right field. Coming in. Oh, not able to get that. And the runner will come around and score for the Bulldogs. A error right there. Tough spot for Mason. The lights are an issue for a lot of players here for sure, as they've practiced most of the year during daylight, and now to have to play in the lights allows another run. So 5 runs through the last 3 innings here have helped the Bulldogs. 6 runs. Three in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, and now here 2 in the 7th. Swing and a miss, and might have been a hit and run, but the hit didn't happen, but the run did. And now a stolen base. 1-1 count now after that swing. Fouled back. Alex St. Hilaire with some trouble. Alex has been on base the last 2 innings, singling and walking. Now count goes 2-2. He was stranded at third in the 6th, did score what's right now the winning run in the 5th, and he pops one up. Zach Johnson ranging, and is able to make that for the 3rd out, but not before Bedford adds 2 more, and now it will be up to the Crusaders to get some runs, tie up this game, or win it on opening night. It'll be the 4, 5, 6 part of the lineup with Poitras, Valère, and Rodaro here for the bottom of the 7th. Kai Levy, Manchester Memorial Television, stay with us. We'll be back to see what will happen here in the bottom of the 7th. Left fielder Mason Poitras will be the leadoff hitter here for the Crusaders, as Bedford has finally taken out their starting pitcher after 6 innings of great pitching from Zach Papik, only allowing 3 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, and 4 Ks. But now it'll be up to Brendan Luang to come in, the sophomore. Very promising for the Bulldogs, what Brendan can bring. And now kind of a quick chat here to make sure they're on the same page for pitching. As, again, sophomore having to come in and try to close this out. Obviously, with a 6-run lead is a little less stressful, but, again, throwing off this mound is sometimes challenging, and for just a 15-year-old sophomore, you got to make sure that you're in command here. And Lang, swing and a miss right there. Has some good velocity there on that fastball. Brandon will try to do it again. 1-1 count. Misses outside. Mason has gone 0 for 2 in this game. Struck out and had a sacrifice. Ball gets away. Matt Lemire was able to stop that, though. So the count goes 3-1. Billy Chapman giving some orders to the infield for Bedford. See what Brandon delivers. A ball 4. So for just the third time in this game, the leadoff hitter is on. And now Jacob Valier, who is also 0 for 2, has struck out and also flew out to right field. Quick throw over to first. Gilbert doesn't even put a tag on. Very loud jet flies over. Certainly sounds like a FedEx or UPS type plane. And the pitch fouled almost into the window here. Very close to giving me a souvenir. I've had a few in our time here up in the booth in the past few years. But now Jacob down 0-2. Luang looking to make something happen here with the pitch. Just outside. Valier has had a decent day catching. Ball low again, so 2-2 count. The offseason batting practice, batting cages really coming in handy here as they've been very patient with this new pitcher. Oh, fouled just underneath us again. Two balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Runner at first. And timeout called. No pitch clocks in high school baseball. So Brandon Luang can take as long as he wants to get things squared away. Strike 3 called. Not pleased with that call. Looked quite low. But Matt Lemire saw it differently and rang him up. So the first strikeout for Luang. And now Matt Verdaro will come in. And he sends one out into right field. This is going to one-hop and able to get himself a hit is Verdaro, who will be happily at first base. Got to be pleased with himself on that one, as finally he was able to get himself his first hit of the season after he had gone out 0 for 2 so far with a ground out to second base and a strikeout. And Ryan Boylan would love to do the same thing, get his first hit as well, as he is also 0 for 2 hitting in the 7th spot. And he's golfs one high up in the air. This could be trouble. They're talking and able to make that catch for the second out. So Crusaders down to their last batter here. And it's their hottest hitter so far in this contest, Zach Johnson, who's been 2 for 2. Love to get himself a third hit. Inside. Holds off. And ball low. Two-0 count. Zach Johnson looking to continue this night. And he is sick of waiting. Calls time, and now the pitcher-catcher will have to reset. Ball low, kind of gets away, but unable to see that at second base is Mason. Two base runners on. 2 outs, a 3-0 count. See what Zach does here, if he gets the green light or takes the pitch. And he takes the pitch, and it's a smart move as ball 4. And now the bases are loaded and quickly coming out to discuss things on a 4-pitch base on balls. And now Bedford feeling some stress here as well. Not sure if Alex Rodriguez really has the Grand Slam strength, but it's possible here. Fun way to start the season. Not sure if they cover on-base percentages here in high school baseball, but Zach Johnson been on base all 3 times, and that's something that Coach Pat has got to be impressed with from his 8th spot of being able to get on base. Obviously, a long season ahead here. We're glad to be a part of night 1 here for the baseball and softball seasons. And Alex Rodriguez, he has gone over 2 today. A sack bunt and a double play. Swings at the first pitch and misses. Zach sent one down the third base line back in the 5th that just went foul. Love to be able to see him get another one here. That goes fair this time, that is. And he pops one high up in the air, coming down onto the rooftop. Okay, hard to judge from this spot. Didn't know if Nate Duquette would have a chance, but now A-Rod has got to be careful. Down 0-2 in the count. Lang trying to get a second K. And he does! and the Bedford Bulldogs cross the river to Gill Stadium and get the victory by a final score of 7-1. The Off the Mark Sports Player of the Game has got to go to Zach Papik, as he was able to deliver 6 innings of pitching, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. And now it'll be the Bedford Bulldogs who will go to 1-0, and the Memorial Crusaders that will fall to a 0-1 record, and they'll be back here on Wednesday to face the likes of another tough matchup, and that is on the hands of the Nashua North squad. And now for Executive Director Jason Cody, Operations Specialist Joe Lahr, Operations Assistant Brendan McCormick, my name is Kyle Levy. It'll be the Crusaders and the Titans on Wednesday, and we'll see if Manchester Public Television will be able to cover that. We'll be back with more lacrosse, baseball, and softball coverage throughout this spring season. It's been a pleasure to be with you. My name is Kyle Levy. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again soon.